Hi, this is Kayye, and I'm coming to you day one. The show just opened an hour ago, and I have an exclusive interview with Wim Buyens, and he's the Senior Vice President for projection at Barco Electronics, or you just go by Barco now, right?
Barco, that's what it goes,
right.
Yes.
And so I've been in the industry too long, I guess. But so Wim, he and I are going to talk, and I'm going to finally get a chance to talk to someone who actually knows what's going on inside of Barco with the projection design acquisition. This is a huge deal. Not only was it a great move for you guys, in my opinion, because of the fact that projection design sort of filled the holes that you had in your projection line, but it's a huge advantage for projection design because they had a huge weakness in distribution in the United States. So I think that the two combined obviously makes for a very powerful combination.
No, you're absolutely right. I think it is. We're very pleased to be able to buy and take 61% share of the let's say of projection design. The complementary, like you said, right? The product portfolio is very complementary. If you look at the sales and distribution, it's very complementary. So really, there's very little overlap, and that makes the acquisition so strong.
Yeah, and they have. I've been writing for I don't know, probably 8 or 9 years about how they have the best aesthetic design of projectors on the market. I mean, they do have really nice little curves. They sort of have a style to them, and I think that they fit really well in your product line. Obviously from a technical standpoint, where they fill those holes, but they also have a really nice design. So it sort of lends itself to sort of the new Barco, because your ClickShare product, for example, is sort of a different kind of design, kind of a new aesthetic. I mean, I know that wasn't part of the consideration, but it has to be kind of exciting to have sort of a new look as well.
No, yeah. We looked carefully around, and it was important for Barco to expand the projection business. This is also what the strategic intent is here. And I think we looked at the different options. And projection design had exactly what you said. They were fitting very well from a product portfolio. It was very strong on, if you look capability-wise. If you look at the engineering capability, we're very impressed, the Norwegian team there. But also very much the fact that it's adding culture and values of the company is very similar. And when you look at acquisitions, this is really what makes or breaks acquisitions. So we feel very good to really have found a very good match there. So in that sense, we're very much looking forward of building that success with them.
So you'll keep the separate projection design product line?
Yeah, so it's important that we keep, let's say, the projection design identity, right? That's what we bought. That's also the value, and we believe it's very strong. It is true also that over time, of course, the brand will unify to one. That's a clear thing in that sense, because we want to have one global team and one unified brand. But that will take at least, I think 12 months from now. So at this point in time, the brand and the attributes is key for us. Their partners are very valuable for us. So that's really very important for us to keep and work closely with them and expanding that.
So in about a year from now, we'll see one brand that'll just be Barco.
You could say so. I think that's the intent right now, but we will carefully look that through with the partners and see what I say, the brand attributes there. But yeah, I think we need to get one global brand if we really want to be strong and want to be able to leverage the distribution and leverage the product portfolio, and that will help us, yeah.
Speaking of distribution, will everything stay the way it is now? Because both companies have fairly strong distribution in different areas of the market, and like I said, the projection design brand could use help in North America, for example. Yeah. But I mean, how will that be ferreted out, and how long will that take?
Well, we are in the middle of that right now. I think it's going to be relatively soon that the whole, what I would call the sales integration, so the front-end integration, which is priority number one, is happening as we speak. And that's what we, the last 3 to 4 weeks, have worked very diligent on. It's important for us that if you look like Europe and Scandinavian, of course, projection design is very strong, right? So that's clearly an asset. If you look at Asia, for instance, that's where Barco is very strong. If you look at our China footprint, we have a very strong footprint there, which will benefit for that. In North America, it's a combination. I think, yes, we have a very strong tradition also there, and we will put the teams together in order to make a stronger team, a global team for that. So bringing the sales teams together, make sure that we can be unified to the customers. So bringing transparency, bringing added portfolio to the customer is the ambition, but keeping the value set and keeping the relationships they have, very fundamental for us. Yeah.
And how about, are you ready to speak about the OEM relationships, because projection design makes products for other manufacturers out there.
You know, in the ambition of Barco to be able to strive as a global brand into projection and expanding that, and now the single chip capabilities from projection design is very fundamental in that, means that the OEM option is definitely part of our strategy. So it's not been part of the past strategy of Barco. Looking forward, you will see that doing in other directions, that OEM strategy is part of it. So specific, the ODM, or let's say the ODM relationships we have right now, we will keep. And of course there have to be, you know, a common agenda for both parties. But this is not something we say no to the opposite, because we believe that being, let's say, strong in projection, also being able to satisfy different partners, also on the ODM sides.
So this is sort of really a new Barco, because 10 years ago, if I would have asked you if you'd be willing to OEM a projector, I'm pretty sure the answer would have probably been no. But you're saying that you intend to keep the OEM relationships, if you can, around as you integrate the projection design product line?
That's right. It has to be a mutual win, and if we can create that mutual win, we're definitely interested. I think if you look at the last 4 to 5 years, I think there has been established what I would call a new Barco. I think it's been driven by strong success. If I look at projection, it's been digital cinema, rental and staging. So now we're adding, you could say, the important capability of projection design, but also our other pillars on healthcare and other pillars onto control rooms have been very strong. And I think the attitude and the openness I think Barco has been showing to the market and the customer-centric approach, I think is a change, and I think a very welcome change under the leadership of the new team with our new CEO Eric van Zelen, who joined us 4 years ago. And I think if you see the progress we have made, I think you best can measure it on your market share, I always say, right? I mean, we can say we are good, but what does it mean, right? The market share shows that. And I think in our core markets, we've been able to lift it up. And it's hard work, and it will everyday work. But I think it's really showing that we're making progress there. And we very much see the acquisition as part of that, expanding, bringing stronger customer value and expanding the market share we have with our customers and satisfying the channels, right? Very important. We will go via channels. We will not go specifically on products like simulation and other ones. We will go via the channels, not to the end users directly, which is the same philosophy projection design has been choosing. And that's for us a very important also strategic direction we're heading there.
So you're going to continue to support the integrator channel, the distributor channel exactly the same way. There may be some changes only because you don't want to have duplication of efforts between what's being done now and what will be done in the future.
Yeah, we have to be smart about it, right? I mean, it's two smart companies, you know, we're joining forces in that, and that's also the theme we have, right? It's about joining forces, the best of both worlds and how we can bring them together. But yes, I think it's important that working via system integrators, via channels, distributors, that's really the route to market. If you think about simulation, we think about corporate AV or VNAR, virtual reality, are typical the ways we're going to go to market. And I think that projection design very much in the niche markets, right. Barco being in the high brightness markets, but right now with that whole sum together and new lineups, we're going to enter also stronger, and I would say back into some of the corporate AV niches. And you will see us doing that gradually, time after time.
Yeah, and that has been sort of, in my opinion, from what I've seen, Barco's weakness over the last 4 or 5 years is the traditional corporate AV market. So you've definitely grabbed that again, and all of a sudden you're a leader in that market, you know, with one fell swoop, especially with the acquisition of Projection Design. I appreciate you being so honest and candid about this, because I think a lot of people are wondering exactly what was going to happen out there, and your honesty, I think, will help steer the market a little bit. And I wish you best of luck. I think your strategy is good, and I appreciate your willingness to talk to me about this on the busiest of all the days at ISE here in Amsterdam.
No problem.
I guess you know that they just signed a contract to keep ISE here through 2019, every beginning of February.
Okay. No, we're looking forward to that. I think ISE is for us a very important show, right? There's a couple of big shows on during the year, and especially for Europe and here, and we love Amsterdam in that sense. So in that sense, I think we're happy to be here. And I think it's true. I mean, the openness, the candidness about how we do business is how we're going to, you know, grow our business. And I hope very much we've been able to share that. And I'm inviting all customers to work with us and to make sure that they, that we can help creating value for them, but for their customers. So thanks for the interview, and looking forward, you know.
And I will see you at Infocom. So hopefully I can grab you for another interview and you give me an update on how it's going, since we'll be 4 more months into it.
Looking very much forward for that.
So
Thank you,
thank you. So this is Gary Kayye. I appreciate it, Wim, for your time, and we're signing off right now. But what I want you to do is I want you to go up to the top right-hand corner and type in Barco, B-A-R-C-O, in the search search box, and I want you to search all the videos that we've just shot here at the show floor, because we're going to shoot a video on every new product here. And one I want you to really pay attention to is ClickShare, because the second generation or the update of ClickShare had added 3 major new features, and they're significant, and it's a new product category for Barco, but it's one that they know very well in the corporate AV space. So this is Gary Kayye. Thanks for watching.